Mind on stuff, trying to get stuff done.
Understood. I went to bed early last night because I had a lot of stuff to do this morning. So I'm not the type of person that's going to work super late into the night because I am worthless after so many hours of the day. So I wake up early and get things done. Like going to the store.
Yay for changing locks on houses.
Gracie, it's an hour later. You should be more awake. You look like you're fighting not sleeping.
Yeah, I kind of am. But I didn't we lose an hour? So it's pretty much the same. I'm still adjusting. But I just went to San Francisco this weekend. And I got back at 1:30. So that's why too.
See, me and Gracie party like party animals or something.
Like it's 1999.
Yep, there you go. I knew you'd chime in with something like that.
And partying like I was 13. Woo! So you guys party like raccoons, just getting into all kinds of mischief. Terrible diets in the middle of the night, but you're still cute and fluffy. That's all that matters. Other wins. Come on now. Let's start our day off. What are the wins, celebrations, something you're proud of? 1, 2, 3, go. You know what? How about this? What is today's date?
March 11th.
The 11th, right? Everyone that can, I want you to represent what the 11 would look like with your arms. Okay?
Don't do it, Jim.
Yes,
Don't do it.
All right. Now that you guys are awake, got excited, get movement, man. Movement is energy. Energy is goodness.
I'm excited because I've been having a lot of like good partnerships lately, which has brought me a lot of leads. So one of them is it's actually a listing agent from EXP, but he does fix and flips, and he's really just an agent to list the homes that he flips. So he doesn't have a team or anything. It's pretty much just him and his investor friends. And so I've been holding all of the listings open. And we have one that just came on the market, or he has one that just came on the market like last week, and I'm gonna hold it open this weekend. And then I have another company that I'm looking for off markets for. So that's been really great. Just I haven't been really doing that, like making cold calls or like door knocking for off markets and like being really intentional about it. But now that I have um this client, I've just been doing that and being more intentional and saying, hey, I have a client looking in the area, would you consider an offer? Which is what I did in the beginning, when I first started real estate. So I kind of went off the bandwagon once I didn't have that client anymore. So I'm just excited about that opportunity too.
What you're saying, Gracie, is you went back to basics.
Yes.
It's funny how that works, isn't it, guys? Good job, Gracie. I'm proud of you for getting back to it.
Thanks.
Dan, I got an offer accepted, 10,000 under with 3% concessions and 3% commission. So I was pretty happy about that. And then I was showing those people around one condo. They actually bought a home, but the condo, the people upstairs had carpet laid out in the driveway, and we're like, what's going on? Oh, we're gonna sell it. So I asked for her number and her mom's number and talked to mom and might get to list that place as well. So
That'd be awesome.
just gotta talk to people. I was like, I don't know if my buyers are gonna think this is tacky, but I'm gonna talk to this person.
Hey, why not? The opportunities come knocking. You got to answer the door. My sister actually sent me a referral yesterday. It was kind of funny. So you guys don't know, my sister and I don't exactly have the best working relationship, but I love her to death. She bought her house from someone else. Okay. Okay. So for her to send me a referral, it's a win.
Are you serious? That's so mean.
Yeah. Dead serious.
You weren't staying in contact. You weren't doing your 36 touch.
All right. Well,
That wasn't on mute.
No, we heard that, Jim. I think he just glazed over it. He's skipping.
you shut your mouth, Jim. You should shut your mouth.
You're glitchy.
I can.
Yep, it's just
So
you.
it is Tuesday. I want to hear from you. What are the comments still? I really hate this internet. It's just me. 100%.
Yeah, you have to shut your video off.
I think he's in Dove Mountain again. Dan, are you in the Highlands?
No.
Oh,
I have 100%. Look at that. Look at that 100% service.
It's because you have an Apple.
It has nothing to do with the service carrier, Jim. It has everything to do with Biden trying to control our internet so Trump's message can't get out to the masses. Just saying. Elon Musk is moving satellites around. Better?
A little bit.
A little bit.
So far.
All right. Well, Serena's working a cash bar. Where'd you go, Serena? I think it's stupid that I have full signal and I still have to reduce myself to a screen image.
That's right. Then we get to see your dog.
Yeah, he's way better looking than I am. Christina, I made sure that I'm parked down the street from Dove Mountain to make sure I had full signal for this call. Because last
Really?
time it was a disaster.
yeah. Well, it extends all the way
But-
down there.
What are situations, topics, or objections you guys want to work on today?
I thought you were going to talk about subject 2.
Yes, we can definitely talk about subject 2. Subject 2, what is it?
I could use some help with something. Did I tell you guys about the referral for my nanny job?
Yeah, you got a referral from your job.
Well, I didn't get one. This is what I need help with. So, given that situation, I don't really know how to insert myself with a referral. Hold on, I'm gonna have a cough attack. Sorry. I don't know how to like insert myself with that, given like our relationship and the other agent doesn't know me.
Who's the relationship with?
The the family and nanny for.
Okay, then why is the other agent important? Grace's dying, guys. Her waking
Maybe
up.
I missed a day. I don't know. I'm not tracking the backstory on this. If there's one.
We all aren't.
Or the people she nannies for wanted to buy a house, the husband or the boyfriend, and then the wife got mad because she has a cousin in real estate, and the
Yes.
yeah, maybe we could do like a referral.
Yes.
This is why we love Jessica and her high C. She's detail.
Sorry, I have allergies. I'm like,
It's
So
okay.
they cutting you out of that deal?
She's never in it.
They said that maybe the other agent could do it, like help them find a home, but Gracie be part of it. Like she'd be a part of it and get like a referral. Like
Jessica's awesome for remembering all of these details.
But this is where I look at it as here's a great script around it is, yeah, I know it's your cousin, but who do you trust to watch over your family more? Someone that's blood related you barely talk to, or someone that you trust to watch over your family every single day?
Boom. Take that. Or you
Insert
can
your-
shorten it. You can shorten it. Just say, hey, you want your kids to stay alive? Use me.
I just feel like, oh my God, I can't.
Jim took it real dark, real fast.
Go get some water, Gracie. Go get some water. Do you have it with you right now? Do you have water with you? There you go. She's gonna go get some water. You know what? If you don't buy a house from me, I'm a Liam Neeson your kids. All right. No, but that's the thing is if you're working with family, you're working with friends, you're working with another realtor, and you have an established relationship on the personal side, just say, hey, who do you think is going to protect you more? Someone you that's only related by blood that you barely talk to, or someone that you deal with every single day? I got the referral my sister sent me. It's her fiance's oldest sister. And I call up this lady, her name is Glennis. And Glennis says, "Oh, hi, Dan. It's so nice to talk to you. I've heard so much about you." I'm like, "Yeah, my sister and your brother have been engaged for like 10 years. Of course you've heard about me." She goes, "I just didn't remember you were in real estate." And Sean's like, "You got to use this guy." And then Jody said, "No, my brother's a broker. Call him." And the winning argument I had yesterday was, Glennis, who's going to protect you more? Someone that Sean used to do business with, or his brother-in-law that's not going anywhere? And she's like, "No, you got a point. Jody said you're amazing, and she's such a sweet girl." I'm like, "Do we know the same person?" But it was the thing, is go back to establishing a darker relationship, more defined reality. Like, I'm here to protect you. So
I want
We
to know what
did-
Anthony's got.
I see a
Got-
different perspective. I'm not exactly sure the entire scenario because I didn't really understand it. But if that relationship on the other side is a lot tighter, let's hypothetically say, why not just take the referral? You're not going to do anything but get paid.
But how can you
That's what
take?
Because it sounds
Tracy's
like-
trying to do.
But
It
here's-
sounds like they're willing to pay her referral to do nothing.
They aren't. The clients are saying, "Well, maybe you can get a referral," but how could that justify a referral? Anthony, you and I are in a contest with a client. I'm their cousin. You're their nanny. They know me personally. They call me up and say, "Hey, Dan, we want to buy a house," but also our
You're the
nanny.
nanny?
You're the nanny. I'm not
I'm
the
the
nanny.
nanny.
You're the nanny.
I'm the nanny.
You're the nanny.
You can totally
All
see
right, I'm
Sotelo as Annie.
Manny.
I wanted
Wait,
you
is
guys
she
to know.
trying?
But here's the
Okay,
thing: is like,
is Gracie trying to do it?
yeah,
Or-
Gracie's trying to do it, and Gracie's trying to get involved so that she can get a referral.
Ah,
But that's the thing, is how would that justify a referral when the client is the relationship between agents? It's not like the clients are like, "Who do you know a good realtor?" And Gracie's like, "Yeah, call your cousin."
Well, and even Gracie can too. You know, I don't want to make Thanksgiving awkward. I can give your cousin a referral fee so she doesn't feel left out.
So
Yeah.
I've done that. I did that with some folks that their daughter was a KW agent. And
Yeah.
it was like, she wasn't going to do it, but yeah, like I'll totally pay it.
so
Actually, I
Gracie,
did that twice.
you're in California, right? So where in proximity are you to the client compared to the proximity of the cousin? It sounds like you might be closer because you're obviously babysitting, right?
No, she's nannying. There's a way. It's way bigger than babysitting.
I'll see if I could talk
Oh.
now.
I mean, because it sounds like the family member may not be close in proximity and you know the market better. So you
No, she's
might
in
be
San
the
Diego.
agent.
She's
Say
in
again?
San Diego.
Okay, and you're La Jolla?
Well, we're both like, I'm in PB, but like the nanny job is in Del Mar. And the boyfriend just had me like basically just figure out some information. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, guys. This
It's okay.
happens like every year. I get allergies.
Okay, I think I get the dynamics. The boyfriend is asking you to do some stuff, but the girlfriend has a cousin that's in the business.
Yes, and neither of us knew. And so I, instead of just being like, oh, dang it, I was like trying to think of different ways. I'm like,
Have a consultation with them, sit them both down at the same time.
Get them both on the same page. We could just wiggle out the other cousin, because clearly you're there next to him all the time. Just provide massive value.
Maybe this question's
they
been
don't
asked,
wanna-
but have they said they're already going to use the cousin? Like, did the
they've already used, I guess the mom's used her multiple times.
girlfriend, the
Yeah.
woman? Okay.
So they did, we all came to an agreement on, they're like, we're gonna make sure you're compensated.
Okay.
But I brought up the referral agreement, but now I need to get the cousin on board.
All right, now we see all the stuff in play. So, have you ever talked to the cousin?
No, but that's what I'm asking. Like, is that a step? Like, I need to reach out to her.
Yeah, I mean,
You're gonna need to sign the referral agreement at some point.
yeah, she got to sign the referral, but who's is it the wife that's guaranteeing you a referral? Or the girlfriend, I'm sorry. The relationship.
Yeah, both of them. The husband and wife both said like, we want to get you compensated, and I'm like, thank you, but like I want to do that through escrow, you know. Let's do
Yeah, I just have them do the referral. Just I would have a conversation with your relationship partners, the husband and wife, your nanny,
Oh my God.
and say, hey, who can I talk to? Like, give me their number. I'll talk to her so I can get the referral agreement officially set up.
yeah.
Or even
Or
even do a
just tag
three-way
team it.
text. Yeah, three-way text with them
Oh.
on it.
I don't know if this makes an impact on anything, but this property that they want to buy is $13 million. So I feel like the other agent is, I don't know. I was talking
You're-
to another coach about it, and they're like, yeah, she might just be like, screw you, I don't know this girl.
Well, first of all,
That's got to come
you're
from the other people.
So I have to
You're-
make it part of the deal. Like
so
the
first of all,
the
you're
clients have to
in your
make it.
mind. Get out of your head. $13 million, yes, is a lot of money, and most people would probably be willing to split a small amount of that. Okay. So
Yeah.
get out of your head, first of all, any negative or what are they called? Myth.
Beliefs.
Yeah, that limiting beliefs. Just go out there and say, hey, and do a three-way text with the clients, because obviously they got your back on this. So just do a three-way text, and it'll be really hard for her to say no to that.
Well,
Because
what
if
if
she
she's
does-
already known about the property before I looked? That's
It's the
kind of
client. It's the clients. Lean back in on the clients, like Anthony's saying. You're again in your head. What if they already know this or that? What if they do this? Who cares? The client said we want to make sure you get compensated.
yeah.
It doesn't have to. It's not going to be 25% at $260,000. But if you get kicked back $5,000, hell yeah, high five.
And so is working together with her totally off the table? Like tag teaming it?
Well, I did tell
Like
them, I was like,
50-50?
you know, when you do showings, I'd love to go with you. And they're like, yeah, absolutely. Like, I
Why
guess,
don't you just go in for the freaking kill, Gracie? Why don't, I mean, if they, like, I just go straight direct. I just say, like, listen, we have a great relationship. You know, I'd love to work with you guys. You would love to work with me. I completely understand you've got this cousin and you want to honor that relationship. Why don't we tag team this? I think that'd be fantastic. Then you've got double firepower working for you.
yeah, I've already
has
done
any-
that. Where I'm at now is just inserting myself again after saying that and just saying like, you know, we already came to an agreement that the referral agreement would be the best thing.
Did they say
So
that in response? Like, is that what the feedback was to you saying that?
Sorry, I got all caught up in my cough attack, so I couldn't. Everybody kind of had their own dialogue, so sorry about that.
Yeah, we
but,
did.
I just want to know how I insert myself again and say like I didn't know, like, do I need to contact the other agent? Like, I've never done a referral, so I just want to know like how to start that conversation again now that we haven't, you know, now that it's a new conversation. Yeah, but I think I got the gist of everything from everybody's responses, so thank you.
Yeah, the best thing there is you're not reinserting yourself with the agent, because this is the most backward referral you'll ever probably deal with. It's
Yeah.
because the clients are saying they want you to get paid. So Anthony is right. Use them as the lever between the three of you, or it's a four-way text. Husband, wife, cousin. Have them do a text and say, hey, could you help me set up that referral with the agent, since you guys are, asking for that. It'll come a long way from you. Now, there is still the chance where the cousin balks and says no, blah blah blah. But there also could be, you know what? She might be a pretty awesome person, and they're like, yeah, hell yeah, let's get her on. Let's show her around. Maybe she can be a part of this, and you might find yourself a great partner down the road.
And then also on the
But
end
don't
of
be
that,
afraid to ask.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Dan. Also, let's hypothetically say Dan's other scenario turns out to be true. She balks and this and this and that. Well, there's the chance for you to take the whole thing, because she's willing to ruin everybody's relationship over money.
Yeah.
So So take that in your back pocket. Obviously, don't be that person. But if it ends up turning that way, they're going to probably end up leaning on you more so if something like that was to go sideways.
Yeah. Well, thank you, everybody. Sorry this turned into a 20-minute. This is why I don't talk sometimes, because my conversations go so long. But thank
It's okay.
you.
We'll train you yet on having concise thought processes.
I
Until
was
then, keep being.
concise. I was coughing the whole time. That's on you guys.
I know that was your body. Your body was like, I need them to talk more. Let's let her die a little bit. No, I'm kidding.
I'm like,
It's
I
good.
barely
It's
talk.
great. It got you guys all thinking, and that's the beautiful thing about this call is I want you to get into dialogue. I want you to get into that critical thinking, because now if you're ever in that situation, you have these little pearls of knowledge that will help you through it. This is not wasted time. This is great opportunity for you guys to learn and to develop and grow from the experience of others. Guys, I didn't get good at talking. I'm still not good at talking. I get good at handling objections until I started handling more of them. You get blindsided, you get frozen, you start stammering, you look like a fool. But if you're like, you know what, I've heard about something similar, we've talked about this, it's not scary, it is what it is, you work through it. So, perfect opportunity for today. 23 minutes of gold right there. I love that. Now, there was questions about subject to. Subject to financing is where a buyer comes in, takes over a seller's loan, but the seller remains tied to it. So let's say Joanne's selling her house for $1 million and her mortgage, is $900,000. I come in and tell Joanne, I will pay your $1 million subject to, meaning I want to take over the $900,000 note, the mortgage. You're still responsible for it, but I'm just going to pay for you on your behalf. And then we will work out an agreement. Either it's $100,000 in cash to cover the equity difference, or I'm paying a second loan to Joanne to cover the $100,000. But then Joanne signs the deed or title over to me. Do you see how that can be dangerous? Because Joanne, the seller, is still responsible for the mortgage. And Joanne no longer owns the house.
When would they do that, Dan?
Some sellers will do it because they just can't afford the payments. And it's a payment thing. Like I got to get out from underneath these payments. And someone's willing to give them $25,000 cash, which helps them set up. And then I don't need to buy something else. So I'm okay if my debt to income is still attacked. And a lot of these companies make subject to sound pretty fantastic. Like, oh my God, you're taking over my loan. I don't have to worry about it anymore. Fantastic. And it's not like they're paying. It's not like I'm sending a check to Joanne and Joanne's then sending it to the bank. I'm sending it directly to the bank. If they're a legit person and it's going to be on the up and up, it's less risk, but Joanne's still tied to the mortgage. I own a subject to house. I bought it from a friend that was going into foreclosure, and I took over her loan, but it cost me $21,000 to get her loan current so they didn't foreclose on the house.
But they still live in it, Dan?
Yeah.
But correct me if I'm wrong, there's times that they don't live in it, they want to sell it, but they want to sell it like outright clean, like a normal sale, but it helps them get caught back up. It's someone coming in with a life raft like you did.
Yeah, sometimes it is a life raft and they've already moved out. Maybe it's a second home, maybe it's a retirement situation where they just want to get out from underneath it. Usually if someone's selling the house to unlock the equity, it doesn't work because most subject to buyers don't have hundreds of thousands of dollars to unlock the equity. What I see the most subject to is when people are in dire straits. They just need to unlock it. They need to get out of it. They're tied to it. I can't move until I sell this house because I can't afford a $4,000 payment anymore. So
then how do you, as the person that comes in and buys it, how are you, if they're still living in it, how are you benefiting from it? Because then they're making the
in that situation, in my specific situation is they're paying me rent. They are now
Right.
my renters. I have a deed. I have a warranty deed conveying the property to me. I have all the banking information, so I'm sending checks directly to the bank. I brought the mortgage completely current, and now they're on a lease with me for the next
And
3 years.
so if they stop paying you,
They'll get evicted.
and then what happens to their mortgage? You would still continue to pay it, or
Yep, I
since
still
it's in their
continue to
name?
pay because that was my agreement. Because the house is mine. I have the title. The deed is in my hand. So
So then if you did evict someone and then you turn around and you want to sell it, title still just pays off that mortgage that just happens to be in their name.
yep, just happens to be in their name. The title would pay off, but I have all the information for it. It's not pretty. Doesn't make me feel warm and fuzzy. However, it was saving somebody's lifeline. They were on the street. Their house was being sold out from underneath them in like 15 days or 14 days. So sometimes it's a lifeline. Other times, and I say this, other times it is a terrible decision for the seller because it puts a whole lot of risk on the seller because they're still tied to the mortgage and they have no more legal ownership to the house. And to tell you about it, here in Tucson, we have like 90 different title companies. Only one of them will do documents for a subject to. That tells you something. Crazy stuff. Now, if you want more information on it, there's a lot of resources online, but we can talk more about it. But it's one of the creative ways that you can help sellers sell houses. You can help buyers buy houses. But I'll tell you, it is creative, but it is not the most protective. Because buyers could walk away and not pay, and then your house gets foreclosed all over again, and it doesn't affect their credit at all because you're the one tied to it.
Would that have been a possible scenario for your nightmare seller that you canceled, or was she not in a financial situation like
No,
that?
she was sitting on $250,000 in equity.
Well, yeah, if she couldn't pay her bills.
No, that was her own choices. So I think that was just her own ability to manage money. No, but it would not have worked for her because she needed the money to, like the 200 grand to pay off all of her debts to reestablish her credit. But no, she could have sold the house subject to if she wanted to, but it wouldn't have helped her because she needed the money to move to the next thing. That's if they need the money to move to the next thing, it usually doesn't work out for them. So I'm hoping to find an offer on it. Go ahead.
If the lending company finds out that you did a subject to, isn't that breaking their agreement with you that you could now be that you have to pay in full?
Yeah, they can. They could accelerate the loan because it's called a due on sale clause. The loan is now due full payable the moment you sell the house. And when
Well, that's something to look for assumption too.
Yeah, when they deed over a house, that's a sale. That's a conveyance. So that could trigger the lender to be like, hey, I want all my money now. You're not who we lended to. So
I've heard a cautionary tale in that instance also when somebody was going to basically deed it to an LLC so they could turn it into like a VA buyer had lived in it several years and then wanted to put it into an LLC. And the concern there was that that would be viewed in such a way that they would potentially accelerate payment on the loan.
yeah. And if you got a client that wants to do this, we can go a little long on this conversation because I personally have looked into it. Is if you've got a house that you want to move it to an LLC and there's currently a loan on it, you can reach out to that company and ask them what their requirements are. Like I know a couple of banks that I work with had said, just show us on the LLC that the original owners to the house are the original owners to the LLC, and the insurance for the house has the LLC as a primary. Because that way they're like, because I'm converting a house into a rental that became an Airbnb, so we moved it to an LLC. I just had to make sure that my wife and I were the owners of the LLC, and the LLC was named on the insurance. But the bank sent me the instructions on what I needed. So it's not impossible to do. You just have to ask the banks. Now, if you go out there and arbitrarily do it, some people say, well, hey, you know what? It's a 50-50 or a 75 percentile that they won't even say anything. But I am the type of person that if the risk is available, it's going to hit me square in the chest. So I'm just going to make sure I cover myself so I don't get myself in trouble. Good thought-provoking questions today, guys. Anything further? Bueller? All right, Jessica, since you were the one with all the great ideas today, you remembered everything.